Dad, if you're watching this, sue Slimer. Right before Christmas, bitch! Dad, if you're watching this, sue Slimer.
Rage, more rage.
Anybody who doesn't know, is the rape, abuse, and incest national network in America. It is the largest anti-sexual assault organization in the United States. That's what we're going to be doing next week. Okay. Our fundraising goal for next week is going to be $3,050. It's a specific number. Yes, it is to represent the 305 days that Yaba and Sam knew all about the rape of the child and lied to the community and told us all to put respect on a child rapist's name. So that's what we're going to be doing all week next week on this channel. Oh, and Yaba has a history of trying to get those kind of fundraisers specifically to benefit Rain taken down. To that I say, I fucking dare you, you fat fucking ugly cunt. I genuinely dare you to try me. Okay? Okay. It's going to be a great time. It'll be our regular schmegular Chantal reacts, just like we've done in the past with all of our charity streams. Okay? Same vibe, same everything. I'm just going to try and swear a little bit less just to make sure it's all kosher for the YouTube. You know what I mean? We want them to get all of their money. So, considering also they've had some money collected for them that never actually got to them. That is what we're going to be doing all next week.
Shout out to my wife for the last clip. Thank you so much for that, babe. And you know what? I have to play that because, I was just talking to Charlie and I was like, oh my God. I almost feel bad for this person that is going through this right now. Like a part of me feels, and again, it's the same thing I say to you guys about Chantel. It's human for us to feel sympathy and to feel sorry for people when we see people going through so much. That doesn't make us the bad people. It makes us the normal people. And you have to remind yourself exactly of what got us here today. And that's just one of many things that have got us here today. Hello, welcome everybody in chat. Hello, Charlie. I say we mark this day down and never forget it. I damn sure won't. Same girl. And thank you so much for the support. Elaine says the messages on her video are brutal. I couldn't watch the whole thing. She is disgusting. And Pulpy hit 20K subs today. Elaine, congrats to Pulpy. And Elaine, thank you so much for the support. I haven't personally got to see any of the comments or the feedback on the video, but I can imagine. Listen, I can imagine that they're brutal. And you know what? Again, they should be. They should be absolutely brutal. And I want to tell you guys one thing. Again, there are more things that obviously you have to give. You give somebody enough rope and they will hang themselves. Okay. And that is what we have seen today on this live stream that Frenchie just got done doing. That was 15 minutes long. is that you give somebody enough rope and they will hang themselves. And we're going to get into exactly what I mean by that. The date that we originally said was the day that BBJ passed, the video that Frenchie has shown that was a month after said date. We'll circle back around. Hello, Callie's Bathroom Studio. Fundraiser for how many days your ass lied. Exactly, Callie's Bathroom Studio. And when we have that date, if we ever have that date, that's exactly what we're going to do, hun. And thank you for being a member for 38 months. Spiteful Bitch says FFG has lost 500 subs thus far. Listen, she admitted to the community everything that I've been trying to tell you guys for months. I told you guys I would not bring anything to you that wasn't true. I would not have listened to what Chris was saying and that be a troll and put my ass on the line for that to make me look stupid, to take all credibility away from me. And I understand why people were hesitant on believing me. But I told you guys, I knew it was him. I made sure it was him. I talked to him personally through his Facebook account that had been open for years. There was no way around. I mean, could he have been lying to us? Sure. Now that could have been the case. But as far as who he was, I told you guys it was Chris. Just Jamie says 1 in the chat if you identify as feral. If you know, you know. I don't think I know, but sure, 1 for sure, Jamie. I hope we're supposed to put 1. Thank you for the support, hun. Hello, Lisa Simpson. Right before Christmas, bitch. Exactly. Why is it always
right before Christmas, bitch?
Right before Christmas? Some big drama goes down in the communities. Lisa, thank you so much for the support. That's right, babe. Good to see you. Good to see everybody in chat. Thank you so much for showing up to this stream that was kind of last minute. I didn't expect Frenchie to go live today. And if she did go live, that's definitely not what I expected as a response. But wow, holy shit. Like, you did more damage than anything to yourself. Honestly, you would have been better off just acting like none of this happened. Because what I just witnessed and what I just heard come out of your mouth was just, like I said, you've been better off just being quiet. Charlie, thank you for the support, hun. Sharon says same. Love a Friday Night Live. Me too. Oh, let me go ahead and turn the camera on for the special occasion. Actually, this is not the hoodie that I was going to wear in case you guys can't see it. It's the orange julep hoodie. Yes, this is the official orange julep Canadian hoodie. She made sure that I wore it for this special occasion. I have my Indiana hoodie on. She's like, no, you got to wear the orange julep hoodie. I was like, fine. Orange julep hoodie it is. Luigi says, French fried failure. You will not be missed, Slimer. I tell you what, I've never, look, I've been around for a long time. I've seen a lot of shit in my time on YouTube. I've never seen anything this bad. And I've seen people scamming money from St. Jude. I've seen people faking cancer. I've seen a lot of shit on my time, in my time on YouTube. And this has got to be some of the worst that I've ever seen. Thank you for the support, hun. WNC Tar Heels, thank you so much for gifting 5 the YouTube Underground memberships. This is our pickle, and our pickle is our sponsor, and he has a message.
Whether life is sweet, sour, or a bit spicy, you can handle it.
That's right. WNC Tar Heels, thank you so much. Again, I appreciate you. It's deplorable behavior. Dude, like, and here's what I was talking to Sam after we got done watching it. I was like, listen, this community, they weren't just giving her money for BBJ. Obviously, it was like, here's money for BBJ's care, and here's money for you because you're the one who's caring for BBJ. That's how generous we are. We want to make sure that you're taken care of because you're doing the right thing and you're taking care of the cat. Like, it wasn't just money for the cat. It was money because of the sacrifice that we thought she was making for the cat, because supposedly somebody else had the money. So for her to go to the person, take the person to the vet, make sure that the cat was getting all the vet care, like, invest your time into that, and to show that we appreciate you. Take it all. You deserve it. And that is how you answer to your community when you are called to task over everything that you've been questioned about in the last couple of months. That's shameful. The best way to describe that shit is absolutely shameful. Tattoo My Toes says this is the best week in girl world. I mean, Like, this is like, yeah, to have this kind of, and you know what? Like I said, this doesn't look good on anybody. To know that there's a creator inside of our community that can pull the kind of scam, scheme, grift that we just had doesn't make any of us look good. It really doesn't. Like, it's the best week in Gorl world, but it's also a very sad fucking day. And it's a very sad day when you see this video that I'm about to play. Tattoo My Toes, thank you for the support, honey. Good to see you. Spiteful Biggie Jean, thank you so much for gifting 5 the YouTube Underground memberships. Appreciate you so much, girl. Ann Rose, hello. Cat grifting liar. Chantel's twin separated at birth. And yes, she is. Confirmed. Chantel's twin, absolutely. Listen, I was watching in real time and I seen like the only thing the chat wanted, they didn't want to hear none of that shit. They didn't want to hear, they wanted a date. Okay, so your brother is wrong. It's not October 17th, 2023. You got this video that shows BBJ alive in November 2023. What's the date? And she went on and this and that and the other and would not give a date. Would not give a date. And we're going to talk about more about the date here in just a second. Plit says, I can't stay, but what is a TLDR? Did FFG admit to being a grifter? Did she gaslight the fuck out of her beezers? You got to watch it back on the replay, Plutes. You can just watch it back on the replay. I don't want to spoil it for anybody. Trust me, it's going to be worth the watch. And thank you for the support, hun. Hey, Rachel says, BBJ Spite Fund. Gary gave us a date. Exactly. We want the exact date. Really, Billy says, mostly here for pickle Tumblr updates. Oh, fuck, you're going to bully me about the Tumblr. Okay, hopefully tomorrow. Not in the story yet, but hopefully tomorrow. We're going to get it in there. Hold on, Sassy Mama. Listen, there's so much to talk about. There's so many receipts to go over. We're going to get to it. Don't worry about it. But I got to get to everybody's message. We can't leave anybody out. Hey, Langley, look at you up and Adam, girl. Can you believe this shit? Did you watch it in real time? Kumquat Manager, thank you so much for gifting 5 the YouTube Underground memberships. A word from our sponsor.
Your potential is limitless, and there is greatness in you.
That's right, Kumquat. Thank you so much for the support. Welcome, new members. Please feel free to use your custom emojis in the chat. I highly recommend the Slimer emoji at this time. That hoodie is a slim XL. I'll have you know she's swimming in it. Oh, thanks, babe. Thanks for glazing me up. Spiteful Bitch says, didn't she want to cancel Charlie in December? Charlie, I didn't even realize that. Oh my God. I mean, it's November. It's basically December. We got like 2 months left of November before we roll into the holiday. Oh my God. So wait a minute. So Amber Lynn loses monetization. Didn't you all say the anniversary of the date of Rarity going missing? And now FFG is getting canceled on the YouTube streets right around the same time that she said that she wanted Charlie to get canceled off of YouTube so she could fuck with her December paycheck. I'm telling you, the universe, let me tell you something. The universe will always right those wrongs. Write that shit down, ladies and gentlemen. Spiteful Bitch, thank you for the support. That's right, Charlie. Lights Out says, here's money for Yaba's future deck rebuild. Hey, you're talking about the turkey I'm going to fry. Listen, you're not encouraging my wife to allow that to happen. I'll have you know. Thank you for your support or not support, whatever you would call that. Sky says, as a dead bitch once said, good. Dead. How fucking dare you? How dare you, Sky? And thank you for being a member for 33 months. Listen, bitch, I know I'm going to hell. It's totally fine. Cam Burglar, hello. Glad for the entertainment. My dog is recovering from surgery. She almost knocked over the Christmas tree. She hates that cone of shame. I remember when Harlow had to wear the cone of shame. Hope the doggy is doing good. I know we had somebody else in the chat this morning. Their doggy was also going through surgery. Hope that went well. That was Wistful Demon, I do believe. Hope all the puppies and fur babies out there are doing well. Cam Burglar, thank you so much for the support. FFG fell on that face. Do you mean the fat face? Yes, she did. French Fried Fraud, thank you so much for the super sticker. Appreciate you. The chat is flying. Hello, 10KD. Good to see you. I'm doing my best to catch up, guys. I know you guys don't like when I go through all the messages, but listen, we're going to get through the video. It's going to be worth the wait. Elizabeth says, thank God Gary didn't get her hands on Bruce. Dude, didn't I tell you all? Didn't I tell you what? And I can't believe she showed the video. I cannot believe she showed the video of the cat with the dogs. Like, the cat was not supposed to be with you. You promised your community the cat was going with Amy Flowers, your sister-in-law, who doesn't exist. And then you come on here and you show the video of the dog and the cat together where the cat was not supposed to be. That's a problem too. That did not help your case. You did not help yourself whatsoever coming on your YouTube platform and proving us all to be right. You proved us right. That's all you did. We've been saying that cat's been with you. We've been saying that Amy Flowers did not exist. We've been saying that the cat that you stressed the cat out by having it around the dog, and you played the video to prove it. And you had that cat locked inside of you while you were hotboxing it with cigarettes, double fisting cigarettes at that. It's shameful. Langley says, don't forget that Gucci necklace for BBJ. Where is we next? We want to see the urn, Frenchie, and we want to see the Gucci collar. We want to see the urn and we want to see the Gucci collar. I agree, Langley. And thank you for the super chat. Zebra Corn, thank you so much for joining memberships. I appreciate you. Wicked Crafter says she had 8 months to stockpile BBJ media. Exactly, Wicked Crafter. Listen, she admitted without admitting. She did not give a date. She could not bring herself to say the date. I mean, she could barely spit out. She was choking up as soon as she started. She's seen exactly what everybody else said in chat. When did she pass? When did she pass? There were hundreds of messages. She's seen it. She couldn't bring herself to tell you all that Chris wasn't far off of the date that he gave. Like I said, you give somebody enough rope and they will hang themselves. And that's exactly what she did tonight. Flute says the Feldmans are Funkles as well. Clown. Flutes, thank you for your support. Listen, I know you guys are very upset, but I have to give credit to where credit is due. I don't have anything to do with their money situation or what's going on, nor do I care. Like I said, that has nothing to do with me. Chris is an evil fucking genius, okay? And he's not even done yet. Whatever is going on between him and his sister and him and his dad, she also basically admitted that was her dad on Twitter. And she said it all came down to money. The reason that everybody is fighting, the reason that she's getting exposed of the BBJ shit is because of money. And you wanted to tell me and my wife that we didn't have shit without YouTube, and you've got actually family members on Twitter fighting it out, and you're claiming it's over your YouTube money? That's wild. That is wild. Hectic Llama says she had to know the truth would come out eventually. I think the truth cost her. I think keeping her dirty secret hidden cost her so much money. And as time went on, people weren't as generous because, I mean, we're how many years out of this? She wasn't making as much money. She couldn't afford to keep her dirty little secret hidden anymore. And that caught up with her. And when you think about the lies that Frenchie has told, like the mob shit and the accountant shit, like she lived out a fantasy. You know how Chantel fantasizes all the time, and we can tell that she's daydreaming and she tells these stories, and we're like, she watched that shit in a movie. She's making this shit up. It's the same thing with Frenchie. And she really thought she was moving like a mob boss or something. Like she's paying this person. Do you know how many people in the community that she's paid money and basically buying their loyalty or buying their silence? I guess she was doing that shit with their family too. She really thought she was a mob boss. And eventually that shit caught up to her. You're exactly right about that. Zero regrets. Thank you so much for gifting 20 of the YouTube Underground memberships. Thank you so much. A word from our sponsor.
When life hands you cucumbers, make pickles, right?
That's right, Pickle. Yes, zero regrets. Thank you so much. That was so generous. Chantel's greasy, smelly, bald spots. Thank you for the support. Appreciate you. Hey, Taco Ski. Don't worry, we're just getting started. We're just saying hello to everybody, kind of going over everything, giving you guys a big fucking prep talk before we get into this fucking killer of a video that Frenchie, I was going to say Chantel, put out on her freaking channel. Thank you, Zero Regrets. That's so nice. Hello, Tweet T. Good to see you. Bertha Boyle says, so now she's going to try and give receipts. Go fuck yourself, Gary. No, I don't think that she's going to. I mean, that was her receipt. I don't think Frenchie is going to bring anything. It's not going to do her any good. Anything else that she brings to the table is because we weren't wrong. Everything we said was exactly what it was. Okay, the date wasn't exact. It doesn't matter. It was around that time. Danzels, thank you so much for joining membership. Bertha, thank you so much for the support. Chantel buys men and FFG buys friends. Yes, let me tell you something. You all do not know the amount of people in the community that Frenchie was trying to buy. It's weird. But when you think about it, like when Chantel was making fun of, and that's not to shame people for where they live. Look, you got to do what you got to do. That has nothing to do with it. But when Chantel was making fun of Frenchie and saying, you know, Motel 8, she lives in a dump, she wasn't wrong. She really does live in like just a very low income 1-bedroom apartment. It doesn't cost a whole lot. And there was once a rumor, and I cannot confirm whether or not that it's true, like these were like low income apartments, so they would cost less money if you didn't make so much money. Allegedly, she was squatting in those. And again, I don't know if that's true or not, but my point is she was making all this money and she was claiming that she was saving it to buy a spite house when all reality, for what weird reason, she was paying different people off. Like, it's so dumb when you really, I mean, it's hard to even believe. Like, I understand people who weren't willing to listen to what people were saying and the stories behind all this shit, but we were right. She's not an accountant. She's not a kung fu expert. She's not in the mafia. She's been evicted 8 times. That should have told you everything that you need to know. Look, people get evicted. Life happens, right? But 8 times, you don't think that she's the problem? Come on, man. Come on. Yamano Zami, thank you so much for gifting 5 the YouTube Underground memberships. Appreciate you. Do you see the house, Carrie?
Life may throw some bland cucumbers your way, but I know you can turn them into delicious pickles.
Hell yeah, Yamano. Thank you so much. And good to see you here, girl. 8 times is not normal. No. And I'm telling you, go back and watch Sam's stream because she gets into detail about the scamming of the old man in one of those properties. It's pretty fucking disgusting. She who shits herself says she has a bill from the vet on the date of when the cat got put down. Okay. Yes. Do you think that she's going to actually show the date? I don't know. Tonight was pretty rough, so I am curious to see what happens after this, but I really honestly don't care. She gave us everything that we needed. She put the nail in the coffin, if you will, tonight. Babe, what the heck? Anne-Marie Feldman, what you have done is criminal. This was financial fraud, international financial wire fraud. You are going to Canadian prison, bitch. Holy shit, Sam. You're out here calling everybody else criminals. You're accusing people of being on welfare. You're putting up pictures of Sam's young children and their mugshots and come to find out, like, what the fuck, bro? Holy shit, the Canadian prison? Man. And you ain't gonna have no money to eat good in there neither. And then everybody's gonna hate you and they're not gonna want to put money on your books. That's a shame. That was a fucking banger, babe. And thank you for the support, hun. Ren says, thanks to you, Sam, and of course, Charlie, for staying boots on motherfucking necks until the rest of the community came around to see Dirtneck, fat fuck Gary as a lying scammer she is. RIP to BBJ. Yes. Can we please get some candles in the chat for BBJ? I feel like we have all the answers that we need from Frenchie tonight. We have everything that we need. You know, I would like to get up here and say that BBJ's last days were, you know, in peace and they were spent with somebody who cares about her, but I can't give you that closure, but I can say now that, you know, in the afterlife, she is free from all of her real life burden. So that'll help some, I suppose. Ren, thank you so much for the support, hon. I appreciate you. Chantel's greasy, smelly bald spot says, I thought BBJ was retired, but she pops out a video to manipulate her audience. So Chantel, like, oh, you mean like when Chantel put together that video about dishwasher and the May situation? You talking about that? Yeah, same thing. Thank you for the support, hun. Purple Lilac says Chantel is pies and lies, and now FFG is fries and lies. Oh my God. You're so right. Holy shit. You know what? Sam, I just seen your comment in chat. Purple Lilacs, thank you so much for the support, hon. I appreciate you. Yulia says all the cats are extracting their revenge. That's exactly what we are witnessing. Exactly what we are witnessing is the cats. It was Bruce. No, it wasn't Bruce. Was it Bruce Lee that took down Chantel? And then it was BBJ who took down French Fry Girl. That is crazy. My wife has brought out the Fat Gary prayer candle. What do you call that candle?
This is the Big Gary, patron saint and philanthropist.
Philanthropimp. Let's not forget the only time that French Fry Gunt was willing to do anything good for any kind of charity is when she was raising money out of spite. Do you think that that's ever going to end well? No, obviously. There she is. Your hair looks good, babe. Sassy Mama says, yeah, what Sam said. That's right, Sassy Mama. And thank you for the support.
I'm always right.
The only turkey you can fry is Gary. Yamano, knock it off. Thank you for your money. Tell him to stop it. You're going to let me fry the turkey, right? Thank you. By the Book says, I knew I chose correctly when I picked a support group over that diabolical cigarette with the foul sit-down air. F-U-F-F Gunt. Yeah, you know she's got bad sit-down air. You know she does. Thank you, By the Book. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, babe. Addicted to Cobra says, fry the turkey, Yaba. Sam will forgive you. Yeah, she's going to love it. She's going to eat all that fried turkey. You know she will. Sitting there acting like she won't eat my fried turkey. She will. Addicted to Cobra, thank you for the support. Sam does look great. Yep, she's recovering very well. Thank God. Arabelle Mel says, this is also around the time BBJ died, according to Chris. October 13th wasn't long ago. Don't fuck with cats. Yes, and we're going to get in more to the date. I'm going to read you guys some messages. Just a couple of things I want to go over before we get into the video. Thank you for the support, hon. Bertha Boyle says she joked the dogs were making meowing noises. FFG animal abuser. So here's the thing. Bertha, thank you for the support. I didn't listen to Frenchie then. So it was the community who pointed out that they heard meowing in the background. And you guys weren't wrong. You were right. So everybody who told you all that you were crazy, Frenchie saying that's not what you're hearing, the cat's not here. Obviously, I'm pretty sure the cat was there. She had the cat. Lisa Simpson says the pawn shop along with Shauna's wedding rings. That was fucking hilarious. Sal Star, thank you for being a member for 9 months. I appreciate you. Hello, Pocahontas Lynn. Good to see you, hon. Plute says, don't fuck with cats. Gorl World remembers FFG. Exactly, Plutes. And thank you for the support. So did Chantel. Money is the root of all evil. Yeah, we know. So again, somebody pointed out in the comments section, actually, Sam sent me that screenshot that somebody had said that they were quoting French Fry Girl by saying the money is the root of all evil. And yeah, it is, isn't it, Frenchie? Isn't that something? Just Jamie says Chris is popping off on Twitter over her stream. Yeah, I was texting Chris because I didn't know if he got to watch it in real time. So I was giving him updates, telling him everything that was happening. So he's caught up. I'm curious to see what he has to say. Jamie, thank you for the support. Delaware Pearl said, did Chris ever talking about her paying his rent? Chris has addressed that on Twitter. He did admit that I think she helped him out a couple of times. So that is true. I don't know, like if she's been, how long she's been paying it. None of that. I really don't know, but he has addressed it on Twitter. So definitely go check out his account. And thank you for the support, hon. Beck says the whole time BBJ was confined to her fart/smoke box. Yes, exactly. And thank you for being a member for 30 months, hon. I appreciate you. Yeah, he's been pretty transparent. Yeah, he told me everything about the money situation from the beginning. Duco says, hey, catching a live with the best support group around. Hey, you. Thank you for being a member for 7 months. Good to see you here in real time. FFG is down 600 subs. I'll never forget when Frenchie lied on my name and went and told her platform that was anti-Semitic and said that I had a problem with Jewish people, and 1,000 people unsubbed my channel. And now we have confirmation that She was out here collecting money after BBJ passed away and she's lost 600 subs. Really? That's it? That's interesting. Chantel's greasy, smelly, bald spot says, eat shit, FFG. And remember, hashtag no small portions. Thank you for the support, hun. Duco, thank you so much for gifting the YouTube Underground membership. Appreciate you. Karma's a bitch. Waited out, Gary. Hello, Tally. Notice the difference of chat numbers versus the other time she pulled 5,000. FFG buys views. Bitch, I've been saying that for a long time. If you go look at Playboard, I think it's Playboard. So there's this chart that they show with the viewers. Her live count would always be tanked, right? And here's what you guys got to understand. And we're going to get more into detail about all of the lies and kind of breaking it down for everybody, because a lot of people, they have to be walked through the details of this shit, right? There is a such thing as investing into your scam, investing into your grift. Like, people will put money into it. Like, people keep saying, oh, she donated all this money to animal charities. Yeah, but that amount of money that she donated, she got 10 times the return of. That's what I'm saying. Like, people say it. They've said it in chat. Like, oh, Frenchie is so smart. She's so smart. Yeah, she's smart and she knew what the fuck she was doing. I'll leave it at that. And we'll talk more about that later, Tally. And thank you for the support, hun. Spiteful Pinky Jean says, Yaba, please tell whoever mentioned the cone of shame to get a travel pillow. It is so much better for the dog and the dog mama. Right, Midwest Bird? Okay, you guys hear that? Instead of the cone of shame, try a travel pillow. Interesting. Thank you for that, Spiteful Pinky Jean. And thank you so much for the support. Thanks, Living Justice, for just saying at last. Yes, you know what? Seriously, Just Saying was a big creator. She was one of the biggest clip channels in this community. And when Frenchie started lying on her and accusing her of things and talking shit on her, she lost basically all of her income in this community. And especially after everything that Just Saying is going through. You know, she's going through cancer treatments. She's been posting all those updates on Twitter. And then Frenchie had the nerve to say something along the lines of she would have paid for her treatment had she just have been loyal to her. Again, using her money that the audience was willing to give her for her care of BBJ to buy the loyalty of people on the internet. That shit is so weird. But you're right. Thanks for living. And thank you for the support, hun. Does the date on the video prove anything? Could it just be the file name? We're going to talk about the date on the video. Give me just a second. I think I'm almost caught up. That is disgusting. Absolutely. Perfectly Imperfect. I've been thinking about you, girl. I'm so glad to see you in chat. Kumquat Manager says it's a great time to be a support group member. You're looking great, Yaba. Thank you, Kumquat Manager. Thank you for glazing me up. I appreciate you, hun. Beck says, am I tripping, or do y'all remember when she talked about having a hot lumberjack boo? Whatever happened to him? Was that a lie too? I've been told, not by Chris, by somebody else, that the lumberjack wasn't necessarily a lumberjack, but there at one point was a boyfriend. So there's that. I think the boyfriend was true. And that's really all I know. I don't know any kind of details about said boyfriend. Bex, thank you for the support. Jesus Lord, the chat's been crazy. You probably saw what I said about the video date to you. Panda, I have not been in my DMs. What did you say? Tell me here in chat. Pies and lies. Okay, hold on, guys. Jesus, I'm just getting to the candles for BBJ. Holy shit. A boyfriend that she worked with and lived in the same apartment complex. Rachel, are you saying that because you know this information? Because that's pretty much what I was told too. I was told about the boyfriend was real, and yes, she did lose her job because she chased a coworker at her job with a broom. Who does that? Like, how insane as a 40-something-year-old woman to chase somebody with a broom? Like, how absolutely crazy do you have to be? Okay, I'm going to have to try to go to this other chat because this shit is wild. Clout Goblins, will she address all the grifting? She took money. I don't know. I have no idea. We have to wait and see. Thank you for the support, hun. Perfectly Imperfect, it's so good to see you. Justice for Yaba and her kids. Love you, girl. Love you too. And I'm so glad to see you. Virga, close enough. Thank you so much for gifting 5 the YouTube Underground memberships. I appreciate you so much. Amy May says, looking fabulous, ladies. Also, I told you. There are a lot of I told yous throughout the community. You guys need to have your moment. Okay, everybody have your I told you so moment. King Didi says, so BBJ died the way Pete's Timbit did. My God. I mean, is it Virgo? Oh no, close enough. Whatever. Basically, King Didi. Yeah, I mean, you could say the same pretty much. But no, because Timbit didn't have dogs were around in Timbit's late life age, bothering Timbit. You know what I'm saying? I can at least give Timbit that it was a peaceful environment with just Pete's. And I know trapped in that one room is not great, but having a cat who's not used to being around dogs, especially an elderly cat, that's kind of gross. I'm just saying. Wicked Crafter says, where's that costly cat habitat? Ooh, good one, Wicked Crafter. Thank you for the support. Hello, Jordy. I just checked my mailbox and I got my DeVito tumbler. I died. It's amazing and hilarious. And the way I cackled. Thank you so much. Y'all are the best. I'm so glad you got it. Thank you, Jordy. I appreciate you. Gary frantically deleting comments with her one moderator. Oh my God, she's going to take them down. You all need to archive them. Sammy, thank you for the support. Arabella says, I often wonder what Just Saying's channel would have become if FFG didn't do what she did to her. Just Saying was fun to watch with her little dumpling character. Same. I agree. And if you all are not subbed up to Just Saying, please make sure you are. If somebody could please drop her link in chat, we would appreciate that so much. Miss T says, Sam, you look amazing. I love you guys. We love you too, girl. And thank you for the super chat. Bex, thank you. Okay, I think I'm caught up. All right, guys. So listen, finally, we're going to get into the damn video. We're going to watch FFG's response to all of the drama on YouTube. We are going to watch her say that or confirm that it is her brother that has been exposing her on Twitter. I love that for her. Hello, Rachel. She talked about the boyfriend mad at Foodie Beauty when she would travel during COVID. I watched her all the time and she gave a lot of money. Oh, okay. Well, thank you for that information and thank you for the support. Ruby says the dogs bothering BBJ in the video made me mad. Yeah, I can't wait to get to that to talk about that, Ruby. And thank you for being a member for 30 months, hon. Okay, let me get it pulled up. Give me just 2 seconds here. She titled the video, and here's the thing. Listen, I've been talking to Chris for a couple of months. He's been, saying these things on Twitter. I'm not really sure when he originally came to Twitter and started to say things about his sister. I don't know exactly when that was. I've been talking to him since, well, how long, babe? What do you think? Like 6 months or something like that? And I feel like everything that he said, like I knew it was him. I told you guys I wasn't going to talk to somebody and not be able to confirm that it was them, right? So I knew for sure it was him. But still, at the end of the day, am I always like somewhat skeptical? You would be stupid not to be skeptical of the entire situation. Like I was believing what he was saying, and I was hoping everything that he was saying like was true. But there was still some level of doubt there, right? Like, what if? So when we got this information about BBJ recently that we've been waiting on for so long, and there were certain things that I talked to Chris about also, and like everything he was saying was so genuine, and it was like I just could tell that he was telling the truth. But still, like even up to today, I'm like, all right, like what if? And would it be a bad thing if Frenchie would have went live and there's BBJ? Like, no, not necessarily. But then you really lose all your credibility, right? After you've fucking done put your name out there attached to all this shit. So you never really know. And so once Frenchie had taken down all of her content, that was this morning when we were live. And then she had responded on her community tab post, I believe. And she said that she was going to go live today. I'm like, okay. So I'm letting Chris know. I'm like, did you see that your sister's going live? He was like, yeah, I'll be there. I'll be watching, whatever. Pink, thank you so much for joining the official support group. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And then as time went on, I'm like, I stopped doubting what's going on, but you're always going to be nervous about the situation. Like, you really don't know. Like, you got that gut feeling like, what if, what if, what if? But I'm like, okay, it's after 5 o'clock. There's not even a thumbnail. I'm like, if this motherfucker was going to prove us all out to be liars or we got all this shit wrong, she's going to be fucking giddy about it. She's going to have a thumbnail put up there. She's going to be making us wait. And then when she finally posted her thumbnail, which was around like 5:15, 5:30, and I seen that it just said fries, 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 I knew right then and there. I was like, this bitch is terrified. She ain't got shit. But I'm going to tell you this much. I expected her to go live and kind of just be like, play victim, maybe mention it, not really say a whole lot about it, and then get right into Chantel. And to be honest with you, that's probably what she should have did. I never in a million years expected what we got from Frenchie, of all people. And that really lets you know the kind of weak person that we're dealing with. Weak individual after you came on acting like a badass, acting like a mob gangster princess, whatever. See my comments recently in the last 4 months. Promise Chantel proof of life of BBJ in exchange for Smokey and a car. Deeping Delight. Let me put your comment up there. And there's going to be so much more. And this is not the end of it. It's going to be shit like this that everybody's going to be putting together. Charlie's working on videos. I'm going to be talking about it more because you just recently, just like Duping Delight is saying right here, promise Chantel when you had Smokey that why would you tease Chantel with the video that you couldn't provide her, not a true real video with an update of BBJ. Like, as much as we might dislike Chantel, that is some sick shit. If you give me Smokey, if you give me another cat so I can use it to exploit this community, so they'll give me all kinds of money because I'm going to take it to the vet. Yeah, she's going to take it to the vet. She can go to the vet, pay the vet a couple $100, and she gets thousands thrown at her. That's some fucking smart scamming shit. You all see the game that Salah plays with Chantel? Frenchie has treated her audience just like that. You would take the cat to the vet, you pay a couple $100 in vet bills, you get thousands rained on you. She knew that. She's told people that. Just imagine the messages of her bragging about that shit that are out there. Think about that. You think Chris is the only one that can fucking put the nail in the coffin? No. She's bragging about this shit to other people. I promise you, she is. And Charlie says, my editor is going to be tired of me. We'll have lots to discuss for a while. Thankfully, I archived a lot before she put her content on private. Her content is gone. And I'm telling you now, I highly doubt any of it's coming back. I highly doubt any of it's coming back. To be honest, after this shit, I'll be shocked if she comes back and starts reacting to Chantel again. Because how do you come back after this? I don't know. So her plan was to show Chantel probably the video that we just seen of BBJ, take out the date, and then buy her $1,000 car, claim to be a savior of another cat, and fucking bank off of it. Do you know how much money you got to make to be able to afford different? I can't pay other people's rent. Like, I'm doing pretty good. Like, I can take care of myself. I can take care of my family. I can pay bills. I can put money in savings, and I can have a little fucking nest egg for us. I can't afford other people's rent. I can't afford multiple people's rent. I don't know what kind of fucking money that you're making that you can just afford to pay for other people to live. Like, that's crazy. But if you go look at the numbers, those numbers that you see on Playboard, those are only super chat numbers, ladies and gentlemen. You're not seeing how much she's also making in AdSense. So it shows her making altogether like $400,000. That's just super chat money. That's not even AdSense money. That's not merch money. That's not none of that. And I'm not trying to fucking pocket watch nobody, but when you made all this money off of the back of a fucking dead cat, well, you got some explaining to do. Aspen says, I used to be in FFG's chat until she was monitoring Just Saying when Foodie was in there. I'm just saying chat when Foodie was in there. I was done with her when she accused Just Saying of using her domestic violence for views. Yes, she did that. The second lie on a creator after Charlie. She did. She did accuse Just Saying of saying that. And you know what? People believed it. It was really that simple. Because why would somebody lie about that? We don't want to hear anything else about it. If you say that somebody was using your domestic violence for views, then I guess motherfuckers are just going to believe it. And that's where we got to stop doing that. Seriously. 400K? Yes. Thank you for the super chat, hun. Hectic Llama says that's why she usually does briefly address it and move on. That's really what I thought was going to happen. But when you think about like, she has to be, listen, Chris put her in a fucking corner. She panicked and she fucking bombed it. I'll say that much. Crump, I know it's late for you. Walmart Foodie Scooty says, I thought she was going to blame you and Sam for taking advantage of her brother and Charlie's hate for her. Very disappointed. She wasn't more spicy. You got to understand, Walmart Foodie Scooty. Like I said, you think Chris doesn't have more? You think all Chris has is around the time that BBJ passed away? No, there's lots more. And thank you for the support. So she's kind of panicking. Jenny, thank you so much for joining membership, son. I appreciate you. If y'all want to see the numbers from Playboy that prove FFG buys live viewers, just let me know and I'll come up. Yes. Cancer Warrior, hey girl, my kids are at their dad's so I can watch you on the big TV. You're skinny legend and your progress is noticeable. Thank you, Cancer Warrior. I appreciate you, girl. Thank you so much for glazing me up. Okay, so listen, let's get into this and then we're going to go over a couple of messages. Just a couple so I can explain to you all the dates about BBJ. But let's listen to what French Fry Girl has to say about everything that has been coming out per the Twitter and the YouTube responses.
Hello, girl gang. What up, everybody? Long time no bees. Very, very good to see you. We have a lot to talk about tonight. I want to start by saying I have not been gone because of BBJ or like I couldn't, oh my God, I couldn't face everybody because of BBJ. Absolutely not. It's been the embarrassment. I'm going to be 100% with you guys tonight. Hello 911.
You should be embarrassed of yourself. You should be embarrassed of yourself. Listen, yes. Is it embarrassing that your family was doing what they're doing on the internet? Yeah, sure. Sure, you know, but you should be embarrassed and ashamed of yourself, not what your family's doing. You should be ashamed and embarrassed of your behavior and the way that you responded and the way that you presented yourself to your audience after all this shit came out. She's being smug, just like Chantel. Jenny Lynn, thank you so much for joining membership, son. I appreciate you.
I'm so fucking mortified in my entire life. And the embarrassment has kept me away for days. The fuck do you even say? And again, not about BBJ. Okay? Anyway, if you know, you know, let the days pass. We would get together on the Friday. We have things to talk about tonight, okay? I'm going to start by addressing why everything has now been privated on the channel as of this morning. Because, oh my God.
Nobody cares. No, we know why everything has been privated. Well, okay, there is a possibility that you're trying to cover up the shit with the BBJ stuff, but more than likely you started getting strikes. Everybody knows. You don't need to address it. What you need to address is what is going on, where is BBJ, and when did she pass away? Nobody fucking cares about why you privated the videos. We know. Lots of people are privating their videos to save their channel. She spends way too much time on this. Bertha Boyle says, not FFG, trauma dumping. How many people has she kicked out of her chat or told them to shut the fuck up if they came in there and they said, hey, having a bad day, my grandma died, I could use this. And she's like, get the fuck out of here. We don't want to hear your shit. We don't care who died. Like, how many times has she done that to you guys? How many times do you let her do that? You can't just send your condolences. So glad I could be here to get your mind off that shit. You got to say that stop trauma dumping. We don't fucking care about your dead grandma. Fuck you. Like, come on, bro. Bertha, thank you for the support, hon. Hey, Fauntleroy. Tattoo My Toes says, I wasn't hiding due to BBJ, but hid that the cat passed. Exactly. And thank you for the support, hon. Appreciate you. Hi, BMI voice, been eating her feelings. Yes, MC, for sure. Okay, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to tell you all, and I'm known for this, so it shouldn't be a shocker. I paid the $3.99 to join memberships because I was hoping that there might be some juicy stuff in Frenchie's memberships or whatever. And I'm going to tell you what. And I told you about this, Charlie, and I never told you what I found because I was a little bit, shocked by what was said and said members only. It's disgusting. There was a lot of talk about shaving and balls, and there was a lot of cigarette smoking. And what I took away, there wasn't anything juicy. Okay, there wasn't. Not what I heard. So let me tell you what I took away from Frenchie's members only. It was sad. It was depressing. I left the stream feeling sorry for her. I'm not gonna lie. The opening of the cigarette pack, if you all remember, like I said that a few days later, I had made a comment about hearing Frenchie's cigarette pack and the Mountain Dew can hitting the table. It's because I had just heard that from listening, and that just stood out to me so much because I'm picturing this. Remember how I even told you all how I described her as old? Not because she's actually old, but she's living the life of like an old woman. I could picture her sitting in her kitchen with her little laptop, with their pack of cigarettes. You could hear her just digging for a cigarette, light the cigarette. Every time she'd take a swig of her Mountain Dew, I could hear the can hit the table and the echo of the empty home. And she's sitting there and she's just talking about dumb shit. Like in her life, it's just so empty. And it's so well deserved for somebody like Frenchie, but it was very, very, very depressing. Baby Bug, hey girl, thank you for the support. Annie isn't okay. No. And she's not. She's lonely. She's alone. The only people she has in her life, and she's created this the same way that Chantel has created the reality for her, is her. That's it. It's a lonely, miserable existence. And anybody that she has, it's digital. It's Discord. It's Dell. It's names. It's screen names. That's it. There is no real life connection with real people. And that's pretty fucking sad. Dorky Shitstain says, when she inhales deeply through her nose, I get mad. That weird shit that she does, I don't understand it. It just makes her seem like more of a weirdo. Thank you for the support. Again, hey, Cabella. I don't necessarily feel bad for her, but it's a human emotion experience, whatever you want to call it, just to have sympathy for people. Do I feel bad for her? Fuck no. She has all this shit coming. But still, when you think about her reality and her situation, it's sad. It's pitiful. It's disturbing, quite honest. Anyways, back to you, Frenchie.
I've been accused of trying to scrub everything about BBJ and BBJ. No. If you're in the community, I'm sure many of you have heard a lot of people are having their shit taken down by YouTube. And it had not happened to me until this morning. And I got an email this morning quickly at like 9 something this morning that one video or one stream had been taken down. And so I just jumped up and fucking privated everything. I didn't have time to go through video and stream by stream, everything, to make sure that the entire stream like complied with that new rule. Because you know how we are. Often the thumbnail has little to do with what we end up doing if we snipe her or watch something out. Anyway, so I'm going to have to like skim through our streams and shit and just make sure none of them break the rule. This is what I received this morning. Oh, hold on.
Listen to this. Like, she's actually reading the notification that she got. Who cares? Who cares enough for Frenchie to actually sit there and read the notification? You can hear how nervous she is as she goes on. Yeah, but they're trying to tell you to focus on yourself and losing weight and not Frenchie. You're just going to let them shit on you like that? What? Who's saying that? What are you talking about?
Yeah. This is what I received this morning. That stream.
I'm sorry for anybody who's offended by we are exposing Frenchie and we are going over her response about BBJ can go fuck themselves. Because if this had happened to one of us, had this have been Charlie, had this have been me, had this have been anybody else in this community, had this have been Chantel, do you know the reaction and the giddiness and the celebration that would have went over there with the dead fries, with the brain dead fries? Are you kidding me? Fuck out. Just don't need to focus on Frenchie. You should worry about your weight loss. Shut up. Are you quit embarrassing yourselves, please? Very good. Says your hairline is looking especially full tonight, dear leader. Hair fibers. Remember I told you guys? I was so stunned by Chantel and her hair fiber look. I ordered myself some. You can't even tell it, can you? Hair fibers. Go get you some. I'm going to be the spokeswoman of the hair fibers. Don't worry about it. That's a troll. That's a funny troll. That's me lying to you, but it's a troll. Okay. Very good. Thank you for the support. Mad Maddie says, hugging my ohms. I want to celebrate all of our pets. They are our treasures, friends, and teachers. May BBJ be remembered for her friendship and her kindness. She was a sweet girl, for sure. And thank you, Mad Maddie, for your support, hun. It's hair fibers, bitch. I'm dead.
Had been removed, and it's the self-harm policy. We do not allow content that glorifies or promotes eating disorders. This includes content that depicts or implicitly details someone engaging in eating disorders or disordered eating behaviors. We review education.
And just listen to her reading this shit with the shakiness in her voice. Charlie says, I can drag FFG and eat an order of an 8-piece wing at the same time. What if I did? How does that change anything? Fuck out of here. Hello. Garfield wants to tell Fries and Lies he's ashamed. We're ashamed. Frenchie. Absolutely ashamed. Thank you for the support, hun. Our server Teacup says, sis got more litter in the box than Chantel, fabricating fairy tales for clout, so deplorable and disgusting. She's as greasy as her name. Facts, our server Teacup. What she did was diabolical, and we're just getting started. Once people start pulling back the layers of this scam and we start talking about numbers and how much money was raised, what Sam said earlier wasn't false. We could definitely be talking about some real serious shit. Jojo Cannon, exactly. Snozberry Muffin says no small portions. It hits difference when you know she used BBJ's money on octopus, doesn't it? Yeah. How do you guys feel about that? Her talking about all her fancy restaurants, talking about her fancy octopus. It feels a little sleazy, doesn't it? It really does, Snozberry. Thank you for the super chat, hun. Yulia says, hate that I have run out at a time like this, but I really hope the live stays up so I can replay Gang later. Love you, but not in a weird way. Bye. Gotta grab something stuff. Okay, girl, don't worry. It's going to stay up. Love you so much. And thank you for the support. Appreciate you. Teddy Pig says, fearless leaders wig fun. Hey, Teddy Pig, maybe one day. You never know. Hey, if it happens, it happens. It is what it is. And thank you for the super chat, hun.
Educational, documentary, artistic, and scientific content on a case-by-case basis. We make limited exceptions for content with sufficient and appropriate context and where the purpose of posting is clear. Yeah. So the video that was taken down, she's eating. And eating is putting it kindly. So anyway, this weekend, I'm going to go through everything. And as long as there's no content that breaks that self.
Who would have time for that? Like, listen to what she's saying. And she probably will go through all of her content. This is literally all she has. When I tell you how empty that member's live stream was, it tells you everything that you need to know about her life. I don't know if you all know what that means. To download, I think they said something like I'd privated like over 1,000 live streams. It was probably the same for her to go through those live streams and see it. You got me. I ain't fuck out of here with that. Nobody got time for that shit. I'll wait for YouTube to chill out and then I'll make my shit public again. Ain't no way I'm gonna download that shit, sit there and scrub through 3 and 4 hour live streams so I can re-upload that shit. I don't think so. Absolutely not. Catalina says, so you were expected to come online about your kids and your trauma, but she gets a pass for a fucking cat. What the hell is her community doing supporting this? That's a great question. This is literally the equivalent of the Beezers, if not worse. If not worse. It's so true. Catalina, thank you so much for the support. She's acting as if she's nervous about TOS. Bitch, you're nervous about BBJ. I'm honestly shocked that she didn't try to say that she was setting on a strike. And you probably should have did that to give yourself a couple of more days to calm down, cool your jets. You should have just been like, look, guys, I got a strike. I can't go live. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. You should have probably did that for sure. Lights Out says, again, start thawing that bird today. You know what? I didn't do that. Babe, remind me to take out the bird. I told you. Thank you, Lights Out. Can't have a frozen turkey.
Harm policy rule. I will, of course, public everything again. Frenchie, it's blurry. Oh, crap. Why? I have full bars. It says we're streaming fine. I don't.
When we get an exact date, Rachel, we will absolutely do that. We will do that, and it will not be out of spite. It will be in BBJ's memory. We will not do the charity stream out of spite. It will be in BBJ's memory. It'll be that simple. But as soon as we have a date, and hopefully she will give in to release the date, and when we have that number, we will do that. And that'll be epic for sure. And thank you for the suggestion.
I don't know. Anyway, that's what I received this morning. Anyway, I read it. So, oh, crap. Oh, my God. What is going on? What the fuck? Oh, okay. We're back. Jesus Christ. Okay. So, yeah, that's what I received. And the reason that every single thing has now been privated until I can just get in there and take a look at what's going on. Okay. So, there's this accusation going around, I'm sure everybody knows, that BBJ passed away on October 17th, 2023. And everybody's making their videos about it and their streams about it and dogpiling about it. And okay, I went back and I'm like, okay, well, let me find something cute. Let me find something. And I was searching through, and you know what? I think I found something adorable that I would like.
So what you all need to realize right now, what's happening is that she's still trying to manipulate her audience. She's still not trying to be honest with her audience. Did BBJ pass away October 17th, 2023? No, she didn't. She didn't. And we don't have a date. And let me read what Chris said about the date. And like, I want you all to remember, you give somebody enough rope and they will hang themselves. I said, so when did the cat pass? She showed her alive in November. This was Chris's response. He says, yes, which makes perfect sense. That's probably the last proof of life she had. I ballparked October and just thought out the 17th. It didn't really matter. The goal was to push her to admit that she died, but it's November most likely, possibly December. Couldn't really be longer than that. I really didn't know the exact date off my heart. It was also like a month or two after my mom dying, so lots of lack of clarity there, but it was very close to October. I said to him, thanks for bringing closure to the community. I said, how did you find out? And are you 100% sure she has the cat's ashes? Chris said, I found out because she told me when I was at her house. That's when I saw the urn with my own 2 eyes. That's why I wasn't exactly sure about the date. Hold on, Sam's texting me. And I didn't have anything in the messages, and I didn't go to her house for a little while after my mom passing. I was in my own bubble, so I wasn't exactly sure when it was. So that's the information that you have. We do not have a date as far as when BBJ passed away exactly, but he's giving you a window of October to December. Now, what you're about to see in this stream from Frenchie is her provide a video, which is so dumb because, like I said, she's coming on, and if you listen to what she's saying, she's still trying to manipulate her audience because obviously the cat is dead. She admits the cat's dead. So what is the point of showing this video of the cat alive in November 2023? What is it really doing? What is the point of it all? To prove Chris to be a liar? But is he a liar because the cat isn't here and the cat was passed away in 2023? Smith says she tortured Yaba for a made-up reason. She tried to destroy Charlie, trashes Zachary Marie, calendars of a dead cat. What a piece of shit, liar, jerk off. Exactly. Art says she really said, see, I'm not a liar. It was November, not October. Exactly. It's so crazy. It's just more manipulation. That's all she can do is lie and manipulate her audience. And it was such a bad move to do. Art, thank you for the support. Hello, Mama Mitchell. We should count up the days like she did Yaba and Sam and do a fundraiser. That is exactly what we're going to do. And like I said, it's not going to be out of spite. It's just going to be in BBJ's memory. Nothing about fundraisers will be done out of spite. And thank you for being a member, hun. Celine Worm says, did FFG steal the crown from Foodie? It seems like it. Very possible, Celine Worms. And thank you for the super chat. Okay, let me see what Sam sent me. Okay, she sent me a tweet from Chris. Chris says, so basically November 7th was the last proof of life. I hadn't been inside her place for a little while after my mom died September 16th. And when I saw the urn, so I guess about a month off, LOL. What does that have to do with BBJ being dead and hiding it? You're talking about Chris was probably wrong a couple of months. And he, like I said, you give somebody enough rope and they will hang themselves. And that's exactly what she did. Mego Ego says, I hate that she kept BBJ's remains and still to this day she has them. Maybe the decent thing, Frenchie, since you don't care about inserting yourself into Chantel's real life, I don't know. What about BB? What about Smee? What about, you know what? How about this? How about you contact Uncle Phil? I'm sure you have Uncle Phil's number. I'm sure you know where Uncle Phil lives. They're not your ashes. Give them back to who they belong to. Give them to somebody who knew the cats. I just don't see the reason for her to keep them. I don't. I just don't feel like that's right at all. Tat Von B says, I'm so glad I knew from day one you were a good soul, Yaba. It makes me happy I picked a decent team. Glad you are better, Sam. Tat Von B, thank you, girl. And thank you so much for the support. The thing is, how many cats? I'm going to ask you all a serious question. And I want you all to think about what I'm about to say, okay? How many animals has Frenchie told you about rescuing in her life? I'll wait. I mean rescuing. I'm not talking about adopting for her own because she wants a dog. I don't know if you all are aware that there are people out there who dedicate their life to rescuing animals, right? And they do it because they want to do it. They do it because they love animals and they want to see animals get homes. They want to save animals' life, whether it be a cat, whether it be a dog. They don't make a big production about it. It usually comes out of their own pocket. And if people donate, they donate to go towards the animals. I only know about the BBJ and in her offering to rescue Smokey. I've never heard of animals outside of Smokey and BBJ that Frenchie has rescued. So why is it that if she wants to rescue animals so bad and she wants to be this animal rescue person, why did she just rescue BBJ? Why did she just volunteer to rescue Smokey? Are those the only homeless, needy animals in Canada? Does that not tell you everything that you need to know? The only animal that she's interested in rescuing are the cats that she can exploit. Maggie was her dog, was it not? Wicked Crafter says, so when we hold her accountable for dog palling, she does it. When she does it, it's justified and lies some more. She lied. All of it's lies, Wicked Crafter. Thank you for the super chat. I'm just saying that's a very important thing to remember. Like, I used to be really good friends with this girl, and she ran her own personal rescue. She was adopting dogs, and a lot of times she would adopt like aggressive dogs, and she would train them, and she would make it so they could be adopted out to families. Like, her whole entire life was dedicated to rescuing dogs. And it wasn't just one dog, wasn't just two dogs. Like, I couldn't even tell you the amount of animals that this girl had rescued on her own. And it wasn't a production. There wasn't, you know, she wasn't trying to become rich. She didn't make enough money to pay her rent and other people's rent the only money that she made was the money that she had to feed the animals. And that was it. And to take the animals to the vet. You got to understand exactly what's happening when it comes to the BBJ, Chantel, animal rescue situation, because it's no animal rescue, not even close. FFG's foreskin, thank you so much for joining membership, son. I appreciate you. Rescuing isn't lucrative. No, Missing Mimic. I'm telling you, the money that these shelters and these personal rescues get is not even enough to take care of the food and the vet visits. None of that. And she makes enough money from rescuing one animal to pay her rent, to pay everybody else's rent. There's a problem here. And nobody asks questions. Not her community, nobody. Anyways, back to you, Frenchie.
I'd like to share with the class, if you will let me. Hold on, let me get this tab.
Hold on. I'm Whitford Bromley, and if you gave me $2, a fat scammer for a dead cat, you may be entitled to compensation. Join the class action lawsuit link below. Hell yeah. Y'all might be entitled to some fucking refunds is what I think. Girl McGavert, thank you for the support. That was a fucking banger. Maggie was her dad's dog. I'm not talking about you decide one day you want an animal. I mean, did you rescue that animal because you went to the feeder supply and you got a cat? I don't necessarily consider like my cats rescue animals. I mean, yeah, I got them from the shelter. So basically, yes, I rescued them. But somebody who makes profit, you know, or makes all this money, you think something different. You know what I'm saying? You just got to open your eyes to exactly what's happening. We'll leave it at that for now. There you have it. Okay. Exhibit A. It says right here at the top, this is the date. This is to prove Chris a dirty, rotten, filthy fucking liar. Tuesday, November 7th, 2023. So she went through her archive, and this is what she came up with. A video in her house of BBJ from November 7th, 2023. Virgo says, need her to donate all the money she earned off of BBJ since the time of her passing to a cat rescue to be able to consider forgiving her for this. I don't disagree with that. Virgo. I definitely could see that being in the cards for sure. That's something she's going to have to come to terms with and consider if she's willing to do that. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. Will that make it right? That'll be up to the community to decide that. And thank you for the support, hon. What did Babe say? Annie, this was the best you could come up with. Yeah, it seems like it. Let's see what she has to say.
I hope you guys can see that clearly. Can you see the top there? Yeah.
Annie, what are you filming on, number one? Like, how did you manage to put this shit together? I really honestly don't even know what we're watching here. What is this shit? We have a video of BBJ here. What is this? What's this cheetah print shit? What is that? It looks like a bunch of shit back there on the floor. Is this a garage or a wall? I'm not sure. Is this her dog that she used to have that passed away? She's filming on a potato.
Just saying, after the day, and watch how cute. I screamed.
Hold on. Somebody in chat said Salty Crab just uploaded a video with the timeline of her lies. Oh, could you drop that in chat, please? I've watched some of Salty Crab's videos. Don't they normally cover Amberlynn? Wow. Are you telling me a big Amberlynn reaction channel is covering? So we got Zachary Michael, we got Charlie, we got me, and now we have another Amberlynn reaction channel, Salty Crab, who is covering the French Fry Girl BBJ scandal. Could somebody please drop the link in chat? I'm going to watch that after this. This is crazy. You like Salty Crab? I've watched Salty Crab a few times. Oh, there we go. Thank you, guys. Let me pin it to the top. I'll definitely go check that out after we get done here. If you guys want to check out Salty Crab's video, please make sure you click the link at the top of the chat. Catalina says, can we believe this video isn't manipulated? Well, Catalina, let's go through and see if there's a reason to believe that it's manipulated for some reason. Let's see what she has to say in this video. And thank you for the support, hun. Linda, thank you so much for gifting the YouTube Underground membership. Katie, welcome, new members. Hold on. Okay, let's see.
Screenshot and that screen, like screen recorded this so that the day is there and everything is there. You tell me, has BBJ passed away?
Is that you? Oh my God, is that your body? Is that your pants? Is that your gunt? Oh my Lord. Okay. No, she's obviously alive on November 7th, 2023. But what does that matter? What does this have to do with anything? This is the last proof of life that you brought to your platform to prove your brother to be a dirty, no good, and rotten liar was November 7th, 2023. Like what, bro? Salty gets lots of views, so it will reach a lot of viewers. Good. What's going on here? Why you weren't supposed to have BBJ in your home? You told the community that BBJ was going to Amy Flowers. BBJ is smacking a dog away from her face because she's an elderly cat. She's never been around dogs before. All she's doing is proving that she lied about who had the cat. This is crazy. Charlie says on June 23rd, 2025, FFG said that she had a 2-week-old video of BBJ frolicking to show Chantel. Why not play that video, FFG? Why are you playing a video from November 2023? And why are you in the video? Why is your dog in the video? And why is BBJ being exposed to a dog at her elderly age? Charlie, thank you for the support, hon. This is crazy. This is absolutely bonkers. Do you know how disturbing this is for the audience? You're showing us BBJ's final days and how stressed out she was because you exposed her to your dog, who she obviously did not like.
For the day, and watch how cute. I screenshot and that screen.
There's nothing cute about this, honey. Nothing.
Like screen recorded this so that the day is there and everything is there. You tell me, has BBJ passed away? Yeah. So there she is. There she is. I don't know about you guys, but BBJ looks not only alive, but nowhere near Door's death, nowhere in bad.
Nowhere near Door's death. Nah, you're not doing a very good job at this. This is not working out how you thought it was. What are you talking about? What did FFG think that old ass video would prove? I'm not really sure what she's talking about here.
Not only alive, but nowhere near Door's death, nowhere in bad shape, and I don't know, unhappy or whatever. Literally playing on the couch with her dog brother, enjoying her best life, comfortable.
Her dog brother? That wasn't her playing on the couch with her dog brother.
Cared for as she was from the day that she was rescued until the day that she passed away.
Now, if you pay attention, I do have the live chat up on the screen. I encourage you to watch it to see how many people are asking over and over and over and over. Well, if she was alive in November 2023, then when did she pass away? Like, she has so much to answer for. She has so much to answer for. When the cat passed away, what happened to Amy Flowers? Why did you tell the community that the cat was going to a good home. Why did you lie about all that? Why did you continue to collect money for BBJ's cause after the cat? She won't give the date, because when she comes out and she says the cat passed away, let's say November or December 2023, and people have the receipts and they have her talking about arthritis medication that's so expensive, and they have her talking about cat towers and cat treatment and whatever else that she said that she was spending on BBJ. Oh, I got it, no problem. And people are throwing her hundreds of dollars to help with the cat. She knows it's over. I mean, it's over. There is no coming back from this. It's over. Claudio Beachball says FFG is ALR level of deflecting. 3 weeks off. Big whoop. Claudio Beachball agreed. And thank you for being a member for 38 months. Linda says, catching up from caring for a handicapped grandson. So glad to have you here, hun. And we appreciate everything that you do for your grandson. Miss Anthropy says it's why she deleted everything, all evidence. And here's the thing. I know there are people out there who archived Frenchie's videos, but the problem with that is that I highly doubt that the chats have been archived with them. The chats had a lot of evidence in them. A lot of talk about BBJ, a lot of talk throughout the community about BBJ, how happy they were that Frenchie was rescuing BBJ, yada, 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 like whatever you could think of. And that we won't have archived. I highly doubt there are people out there, maybe some, but not all. Not all. There's no way. But maybe. Miss Anthropy, thank you for the support. Paisley says she really thought she was doing something to prove it was 2 weeks later than her brother said. I guess that's all she could come up with. Listen, she's been thinking about how she was going to handle this for a couple of days. And that's what she came up with, and she completely bombed it. I don't think that Frenchie thought that she was going to just leave, like she was going to say that about BBJ. I really think that she had intended on more than likely going right into a Chantel reaction, but she realized what the reaction was. Like, there weren't people just throwing her hundreds of dollars and we're here for you. She did have a lot of support, but not as much as she's used to. And the majority of the people were like, okay, she's dead. Give us a date. Give us a date. I don't know how to make it bigger. Wait, let me take me out. Oh, I hope that helps. Paisley, thank you for the support, hun. Why even show a video if it's from 2023? Why show a video and then say something followed up with like, see how good she's doing? Does she look like she's doing bad? Look at her playing with her dog brother. Like, what are you talking about? That's 2023, bro. Bertha Boyle says she's become so parasocial with Chantel. She's more manipulative. Yes, I can agree with that for sure, Bertha. And thank you for the super chat, hun. I don't know about the Gucci collar. I don't know if she has the Gucci collar, maybe with the BBJ's urn. I would imagine that when you lose an animal like that, that's what you would do. If you had a very nice collar that the cat wore, you would, have the urn with the collar. But when it comes to Frenchie, I don't fucking know. I don't know. Did she sell it? I don't know. Did she send it back? I don't know. I can't answer that. Jordy says the comment saying Yaba is jealous. Her viewers are just as delusional as she is. What the fuck makes me angry just to see that up there? That we're jealous? You couldn't pay me money to be in this kind of situation. I don't know what makes you all think that any of us would ever want to be involved in this kind of fraud, fuck shit. There's nothing, I promise you, what she has on YouTube, what she has in her personal life for any of us, for me, for you, for the audience, for creators to be jealous of. I can promise you that. You all sound ridiculous. Seriously. Jordy, thank you for the support. When they say things like that, they just expose how fucking crazy they all are.
Okay, guys, BBJ did pass away. Okay, but this fucking October 2023 bullshit is absolutely ridiculous. BBJ has now passed away. Not October 2023, for fuck's sake.
So with her saying not October 2023, for fuck's sake, you're like, oh, so it was recently. And you wait because you're like, okay, she's about to tell us. She's about to tell us, yeah, BBJ passed away a couple of months ago. I'm sorry, I didn't know. She's not going to give you a date. Why is she not going to give you a date? Because it wasn't long after October. It was more than likely around the end of November, early December that it happened. So Chris wasn't wrong. Technically, he was not wrong. He just didn't have the exact date. Cinnamon Gorl says, at the end of the day, you're only as good as your word. If people can't trust you, that's it. Happy Thanksgiving, Yaba, Sam, and everyone. Exactly. Your word on this platform is all you have. And once you're exposed as a dirty, rotten, no good liar who will lie on the back of a dead cat that you claim to care about, you're fucking cooked. And she's cooked. You know, I held out hope, not hope, but I kind of like went along with like what Charlie was saying and a lot of other people were saying, like, this won't end her. She'll recover. Nah, I don't know that she will. I don't know that she will. She'll have a few people. She'll be like the level of Chantel. You know, Chantel has a couple of people like Teardrops and Tracy and a couple of other crazies. Nobody's going to want to be associated with this shit. Nobody who cares about, I know it's going to sound crazy, but their little reputation online is going to want to be associated with this. Do you all want to go over and support Chantel? Do you want your little screen name over in Chantel? Hell no. You can fucking paint. Dell's done. I don't see Dell hanging on from this shit. Hell no. Really, Summer Flowers? No, I think she's cooked. This was so bad. Like, I cannot tell you how bad this is. Before I was like, nah. But after this video, I'm like, bitch is fucked. She's screwed. Cinnamon Girl, thank you so much for the support. Mia says, so November 7th is the date that the video was uploaded. Or was it live streamed somewhere? If it wasn't, there's no proof BBJ was alive on November 7th. Sorry if someone already said that. I'm late. Mia, you make a good point. We don't know the exact date of that video, but Chris admitted like he does not know the exact date. He's admitted he doesn't know the exact date. He was in her home. He's seen the urn, and he was told from Frenchie sometime around in December that the cat passed away. Not that the cat passed away in December, but that's when he learned that BBJ had passed away, was in December 2023. Thank you for the super chat, hun. Addicted to Cobra says Cutie was poo, but she should have the ashes, in my opinion. Listen, I don't know. I think anybody outside of Frenchie should have the ashes. Like I said, you don't feel right giving them to Chantel, give them the BB, give them the Pete's. Anybody but you should have the ashes. And that's just the reality of the situation. Thank you for the super chat, hun. Virgo says old animals can decline suddenly. She's so stupid. Very stupid. This did not have to end up this way. And you got to ask yourself, and she makes up some shit and talks about she didn't want to tell the community because this community's trash and they use deaths against her, yada, yada, yada. And I don't think that explains everything, Frenchie. I really don't. Spiteful bitch says, as FFG said, don't fuck with cats. Exactly. And thank you for the super chat, hun. Butter Crumpet said, so the meowing in her house, she screamed, was a dog toy, was BBJ. This is fucking nuts to me. I'm telling you, Butter Crumpet, I know you've seen a lot of shit too. You've seen a lot of shit that's went on the YouTube streets. This I think trumps everything. It's because you know why? I mean, yes, we've seen Shani and a lot of shit go on with different creators or whatever, but the level of scam, the size of the channel, the whole situation with the BBJ rescue, like it's such on a level that you can't even comprehend to see that this is how it all ended. This is why I feel like this trumps everything that I've seen thus far. It's crazy.
I want to apologize to you guys because I always said that I would tell you if she passed away. And you know what? To be honest, if all this hadn't fucking kicked off, I don't know if I would have said anything for, I don't even know how long. I really don't.
And you know what? I'm not even mad at that. Like, I do understand that. Like, totally get it. But like Charlie just said, you offered Chantel a video of BBJ frolicking in the grass in June of 2025. Like, if you just didn't want to tell people that BBJ had passed away because you didn't want people to use it against you and it was too hard for you, like, we can understand that. But when we go through and we listen to the clips and you laughing and hee and all that, knowing that BBJ was dead and you were allowing the narrative of her being alive, you weren't just going along with it in your chat and responding like that. Like, you were saying it for no fucking reason. You didn't have to say to Chantel, I'll give you a video of BB. You could have just ignored it. You could have just ignored her request for a BBJ update. You didn't even have to fucking acknowledge it, but you did. And you went as far as to say, I will give you a video of BBJ frolicking in the grass, June 2025. Like, it does. You being scared of the community does not answer for what you've done. Not even close.
I just kept waiting because I don't know. You guys know how fucking feral this community is, okay? And I'm not trying to get all ooh woo me. I'm being straight with you guys. This community is fucking feral, and things have been fucking out of control for months now. I knew.
Where would you say they started at, Frenchie? Where do you think that things got started at? I'm gonna let you think about that. Babe, would you bring me my drink out of the refrigerator while I play this clip?
Anybody who doesn't know, is the rape, abuse, and incest national network in America. It is the largest anti-sexual assault organization in the United States. That's what we're going to be doing next week. Okay. Our fundraising goal for next week is going to be $3,050. It's a specific number. Yes, it is to represent the 305 days that Yaba and Sam knew all about the rape of the child and lied to the community and told us all to put respect on a child rapist's name. So that's what we're going to be doing all week next week on this channel. Oh, and Yaba has a history of trying to get those kind of fundraisers specifically to benefit Rain taken down. To that I say, I fucking dare you, you fat fucking ugly cunt. I genuinely dare you to try me. Okay? Okay. It's going to be a great time. It'll be our regular schmegular Chantal reacts, just like we've done in the past with all of our charity streams. Okay? Same vibe, same everything. I'm just going to try and swear a little bit less just to make sure it's all kosher for the YouTube. You know what I mean? We want them to get all of their money. So, you know, considering also they've had some money collected for them that never actually got to them, that is what we're going to be doing all next week.
Consider yourself lucky that you're all the way in Canada and you're just getting exposed for running a scam grift on YouTube. Talking about the rape of a 4-year-old little girl, using it as a gotcha, somebody from my family, a trauma from my family, because for whatever reason, you felt like we needed to be enemies. You need to allow me, and you needed to keep escalating these situations. And now look at you. Take a big fucking look in the mirror at what's happening to you. When you sit here and you talk about how feral the community is, look who the fucking leader of this community has been for the last, 4-5 years? Because nobody was doing this shit until you came around. Nobody was sitting here talking about the rape of a 4-year-old little girl, using it as a fucking gotcha on YouTube until your ass came around. You set the bar in this community, Frenchie. Your people in your own community talk about that shit to this fucking day. To this day. And you sit here and you play victim and you blame shit on the fucking community and talk about it's feral as you said on your fucking platform and use the rape of a 4-year-old little fucking girl to go after one of your online enemies, and then you lie about us. No sympathy. This is exactly what you get. Honestly, this is nothing compared to what you should get. And what you should get, I can't say. Let's just say you better hope you stay your ass in Canada. Let's leave it at that. Chef Meme Maker, hello. So FFG is a massive liar, just like Callie. Noted. Yes, basically. Thank you for the super chat, hun.
Knew that somehow BBJ's death was going to be like weaponized against me. I just fucking knew it. I knew it. I mean, you guys know you're around. You've seen that in the last couple of years, I have had multiple losses and deaths weaponized again.
Nobody fucking cares because you did that shit to other people. Don't act like you weren't the vilest person to enter this community, because you were. You were the vilest person to go after other people, and you were the fucking vilest one to go after Chantel. Let's be real for real about it. Mego says, yeah, but that's not something we need to know. That is handled within yours. What the fuck, man? Also, you are beautiful and skinty. Mego Ego, that was never supposed to come to this community, but her and her community decided that it did. They shared the CPS report about it. They shared all the information about it. They are the ones who brought it to this community because they felt like everybody needed to know. They needed to know that that happened in my family. Yes, Frenchie led the fucking army on that shit. She set the bar. That's how feral her community is. Keep your fucking community in check, Frenchie.
Against me. And yeah, selfishly, I wasn't fucking ready to go through that again. I wasn't. I am truly, truly sorry. Truly sorry that I didn't.
You're sorry because you got caught. That's what you're sorry about. You're sorry that your fucking brother came online and told everybody what you did. That's what you're sorry for. If you were sorry, it wouldn't take you getting exposed by a family member to tell people the half-assed truth about BBJ. You're not sorry. You're lying. You're still manipulating your audience. Because you know why she's still manipulating her audience? Because she's nothing without YouTube. She's nothing without Chantel. And she's nothing without the death of BBJ. You're fucking nothing, Frenchie.
Tell you right away. I'm a fucking coward. I don't know what to say. It was about me. And how the fuck was I going to do that? This was going to be a fucking wreck again. And it would be weaponized. I just wasn't ready for it yet. I wasn't fucking ready for it yet. And so I kept waiting. And I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry, guys. I truly am.
You see everybody in her chat. When did BBJ pass away? When did BBJ pass away, Frenchie? Say it. You're too much of a coward to admit the day that BBJ passed away. I mean, you're canceled. There's no coming back from this. You might as well give the people what they want. And what they want is answers. And what you just said was a bunch of shit. Nothing about what you said is true. I just wasn't ready. This community's feral. No, be honest. Be honest. She wanted Smokey to replace BBJ for gain. Exactly. And you think that there aren't messages out there where she says exactly that? Do you know how much money I can make off the back of Smokey? Do you know how much money I made off of BBJ? You can't even fathom the amount of money that she made off of BBJ. And she would have continued to make money off of BBJ because it seems like we have receipts up until June where Frenchie was claiming to still be taking care of BBJ. Oh, you're still taking care of BBJ? What a wonderful person you are. Here's money for BBJ, and here's money for you for being such a good person taking care of that cat. Liberty says, I don't know if anyone said this, but if this was anyone else, she would have been out for blood. Oh, this is mild. But we're not done. But still, I'm not going to get any more vile than this. I mean, Charlie will have some really nasty things to do, nasty things to say, but it'll be nothing compared to the way that Frenchie would have handled this on her own platform. Just remember that. This is light work compared to the things she would have said and the way she would have acted and the hate mob she would have led. Thank you for the support, hon. Really Billy says, if FFG ever enters the States, just let me know what port. I got some childhood trauma to work out. Will do. Absolutely. Somebody's got it coming. Thank you for the super chat. Callie's Bathroom Studio says we're going to address Gary stealing on the couch in that video. We'll circle back to it, Callie's Bathroom Studio, for sure. And the leopard print. and the weird look like garage door in the background, we're going to circle back around. Good to see you, Callie's Bathroom Studio, and thank you for the support.
I'm a coward. It is what it is. Okay. You know, if you can't rock with me anymore because of this, I get it. I do. I truly do. I respect it. You know, the best to you anyway. Like I'm not holding it against anyone, but I don't know. Just know she was so loved, so fucking loved, so well taken care of from the day she was rescued until the day she passed. Just live.
So wait a minute. We found out that you've told all these lies, but we're supposed to believe that you love this cat and you've claimed to the community that you don't like cats. Why would we believe that? The only reason I would be willing to believe something like that is not because I actually believe it, but because I like to lie to myself sometimes. Like sometimes you have to get through life by lying to yourself. And everybody knows what I'm talking about. You don't want to think about the truth of a situation and you know certain things aren't true, but in order to cope and deal with that shit, you lie to yourself. You say things like, yeah, they probably didn't suffer. Hopefully it was instant. Knowing good well and deep down that ain't the fucking truth of the matter. Yeah, so I'll probably lie to myself and say, yeah, she's probably better off and she lived a great life for the last 7 months or however long she was with Frenchie. Was that the truth of the matter? More than likely, no. Fuck no. To be quite honest, no, I don't believe that shit. Absolutely not.
Literally living.
Yes, I'll lie to myself, Frenchie.
Living her best life and enjoyed every day more than the day before. Truly love, truly, I know it's weird to say about an animal, but respected, given a place in the family. You know what I mean?
Bitch, we've experienced what your family is like. No offense, Chris. We've got to see it. We've got to see your fucking nutbag of a dad show his ass over on Twitter. What family was BBJ in? That family?
Loved and cared for.
Listen, don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at me. And I understand, you know what? It's not even worth saying. Forget it. Because people, it's way too personal. And it's not about Chantel. Okay, guys, that's what you have to understand. Sometimes we have to be adults and we have to make hard decisions. And a lot of times they don't make sense. But this is the truth of the matter. Is that BBJ only knew Chantel. BBJ didn't hear the conversations that Chantel was having online about what Chantel wanted to do. Okay? All she knew that Chantel was her mom. Chantel was her provider. And then one day she wasn't. So I don't disagree with the ashes being returned. And I'll leave it at that. And I understand that you all are probably not going to agree with me, but I hope you're not mad at me for saying that. And it's not about Chantel. I know how Chantel felt about BBJ. It's not about that. It's not about that. But the thing is here, because she's fucked either way. Because you know what, though? Even if she was to return the ashes to Chantel is such a fucking idiot and a fucking funkle. She'll just leave them behind. So I don't know what to say about the ashes. You know what? She'd be better off if you would just find a nice spot and spread the ashes. Get her out of your fucking smoke box, fart box, gunt house. Find a nice spot. Maybe you and Chantel go out and spend the day together. Since you motherfuckers are like sisters and best friends, say a little fucking goodbye to BBJ. And without the internet knowing anything about it, without a whole fucking production, you two fucking losers go and spread that cat's ashes and give her a proper fucking farewell. That would be the thing that more than likely should be done for the cats. You two need to come together and do what's right for BBJ. Why the hell does she deserve to set up on a mantle in Frenchie's depressing apartment? She doesn't deserve that. Spread that baby's ashes and take Chantel with you to do it. You owe the community that. You want to insert yourself any other fucking time into Chantel's life. That's how you can make this situation somewhat better.
Again, I'm really fucking sorry that I didn't tell you literally right away when it happened. I just didn't know how. I didn't fucking know how. And I couldn't fucking face it. I could not face it. All I'm going to say about the mortifying Twitter drama, because I wrestled with this for days. I'm telling you, it wasn't BBJ that kept me away. It was my embarrassment about what's going on Twitter. Okay. Money is at the root of all of this, is what I can say. And you can, yeah, and whatever you want, again, believe whatever you want. I have been paying this person's rent and living expenses since the month my mother passed away.
Jesus Christ. 2 years? You're telling us that you're paying somebody else and we're supposed to care why? What does one got to do with the other? We don't give a shit. So you stop paying dude's rent. He's pissed off. So he's what? Telling us all the truth? And we care why? I don't give a shit whose rent you're paying. What does that have to do with us? That's your problem. That's what you deserve, is to pay somebody else's rent with money that you truly didn't earn. Bertha Boyle says she thought more of her fake YouTube plaque than BBJ. She's lost that too. Yeah, her holding on to the ashes, no. But I like giving her a proper farewell. Both of these two numbnuts should come together and they should make that shit happen. Will they do it? No, it's not going to happen. But that would be, I think that would give the people some kind of closure. What's that got to do with the price of tea in China? Exactly. Bertha Boyle, thank you for the support.
I stopped paying their rent October of this year, 2025. And now all this is happening. It's no coincidence. And it's not about anything deeper than money.
So in case you're missing what's happening, she's admitting that's Chris on Twitter. She's admitting that is her dad on Twitter. She says that she's humiliated by everything that they've been doing on Twitter. And she's saying that the reason that it's happening is because of money. All of this is over money. She claims that she's been paying Chris's rent since her mom died. That's none of our business. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but okay. Wistful Demon, thank you so much for gifting 10 the YouTube Underground memberships. I hope your baby's doing okay, hun. Thank you so much, and welcome new members. Chris has been exposing her for months. What does October 2025 have to do with it? You're not wrong, Snozberry. So yeah, if you just recently stopped paying Chris's rent in October, I've been talking to Chris for months. So you're telling me that you were paying Chris's rent when he was still talking to me and telling me things about you that I made very public? The timeline is not adding up whatsoever. Big Back says, Big Gary, not only do you look like Chantel's massive sister, you sound just like her too. Same credits and excuses. Blame shifting, shameful. Big Back, I agree 1,000,000%. And thank you for the support. This timeline's not making sense whatsoever.
The job and the bullshit and the big talk is all it is big talk. It's all about the money.
Yeah, it is. It is. You see this in chat? When and how did she pass? How did she pass? When? Why won't she answer when? Really Billy says, my family and I rented a boat to spread my grandpa in the sea. Quick bump and he was left at the boat dock. Well, rip BBJ. Really Billy, thank you for the support, hon.
I'm going to say one more thing about what's been happening on Twitter and all of that shit. And how long this shit has been going on, kind of behind the scenes and behind my back. And my brother told me a long time ago that the Gaining Ground, my longest enemy online, everybody knows, had contacted him.
The Gaining Ground, who you referred to as the most dangerous person on the internet, just so we're all following along. She used to call him Caillou, things he used to be in her intros. They're now best friends. They now defend French Fry Girl. It's true. Fork over Twinkie. Thank you so much for joining True Love, hun. I appreciate you. Don't forget, if you have joined True Love tonight, please make sure you send your address for your postcard and your sticker to the email in the description below. November postcards have not shipped yet. They should be going out in about a week. So make sure you get that in. Thank you so much for joining, hun.
Shortly after our mother had died, and was trying to get information about me from him.
Okay.
You know what? Go to Twitter if you have Twitter. The Gaining Ground put out the screenshots yesterday. It proves who was contacting who and who was fucking around.
Who cares? Nobody gives a shit about the Gaining Ground. Talking to your brother. Nobody. What does that have to do with BBJ and when she passed away and how much money you raised after she passed away? What does anybody care about that shit? What are you talking about right now? Your whole chat over there is filled with when did BBJ die? And you're talking about your brother talking to Gaining Ground. Why do you care? Why do we care? We don't. She lied about her dad being dead too. So I don't know the situation about her dad. There was a message that was shared. I think it was from Taz D, and only say that because Taz D has gave us permission to say it was from them. Taz and Frenchie had shared private messages. I think it was Discord or something. I can't remember. And she told Taz D at that time that she lost her dad around the same time that she lost her mom. And come to find out her dad's still alive. I don't know. It's all so confusing. The lies that she tells, you can't. This is why you don't come online and lie, because you cannot keep up with your lies. Yeah, she's a compulsive liar for sure. Catalina, thank you for the support. Jamie says, was BBJ put down or did she pass away naturally? According to Chris, she was put down. I don't think Frenchie said on her stream, but according to her brother, she was put down. Kay says she's acting like just because her brother is a dirtbag, she can't be one too. That's true. Very true. Very, very true.
It wasn't the Gaining Ground that contacted him. It was him who contacted the Gaining Ground, trying to get some.
She still can't even get it out. Gaining Ground.
I don't know, info on me and Girl World and shit to, quote, make some kind of website.
Hey, you know what? You know what? You know how all this could have been avoided and how you can keep from people. I ain't got to worry about this shit. I promise you, I ain't got to worry about none of this shit. Okay. My best friend decided to come to YouTube. They ain't gonna have shit to say about me. All right. Especially about no fucking cat and saving it and collecting. Don't do it. You could have avoided all this by doing what you said you were going to do, which was find BBJ a home, by giving the community updates, by letting the community know when BBJ passed away, by not continuing to collect money. Then your brother wouldn't have shit on you. You can't sit here and blame your brother for any of this shit. You gave your brother the ammunition to do this shit. But you did it. You did it. You did all of this. You lied. You collected money. You lied. You didn't find the cat a home. You kept it there. You smoked around the cat. You had the cat around dogs. You did that. You could have avoided all of that by not doing that. It's really that fucking simple. Charlie says, make sure you don't refresh her stream. FFG went back and turned off the chat replay. Stop it. Did you guys get it? Did anybody get the chat? I have something here that says save chat. Let's see what happens. Click, click. Do I have to click this button? I got to upgrade. I'll do it after the stream. You guys ain't seeing my credit card number. I'll do it later. She took the chat down, did she? And I guarantee she's getting rid of the comments. She's being a Chantel is what's happening. Charlie, thank you for the support. What did you send me? Hold on. Yep. The live chat. Sam sent me the screenshot. Live chat replay was turned off for this video. Your stream is preserving her chat. Keep it on screen. Okay. Yeah, you all can just zoom in and record it, right? Okay, that's great. I ain't trying to pay no $9.99 or whatever. I'm a cheap bitch.
I don't even know. Anyway, you know what? I could go on and on and on.
And let me stop you right there, because your dad has already said the same thing, like talking about exposing Chris for whatever he's going to. We don't know Chris. We don't care what Chris does in his part. We don't know him. We really don't care about people exposing you for shit that you've done in your personal life. This right here is what people care about. The BBJ. You can tell us all these bad things and go on and on about what Chris has done, and so can your dad, but we don't fucking care, because Chris who? Who's Chris? Chris doesn't even have a channel. So what the shit do we care? We don't. Bertha Boyle says no lies, no ammunition. Exactly, Bertha Boyle. Exactly. Like, be a good person, do the right thing, and you ain't got to worry about that shit. That's why I'm glad I'm a motherfucker on my channel. You guys know exactly what to expect. Oh, somebody comes and tells you I said something really horrible to somebody. You're going to say, yeah, she probably did. They're going to come and say that I fucking defended a pedophile. You're going to say, yeah, she probably didn't do that. You see how that shit works? See, Frenchie? You done got yourself caught up in so many fucking lies, you don't even know which way to go. That's gotta really suck. I can't relate to that shit. Vickery says, I remember how she yelled at people who just merely asked how BBJ was doing. Insane. Now that you know everything, it is insane, isn't it? Vickery, thank you for the super chat, hun. I want to know why it was a secret, where she lived and when she died and how. Well, I can answer why it was a secret where she lived, because she was supposed to find the cat a home. The cat was supposed to live with Amy Flowers. So from jump, everything was a lie. There was no Amy Flowers. It was Frenchie and her brother. That was it. There was no Amy Flowers. It's crazy. It's scary. The level of manipulation that she pulled on her community is actually frightening. And like I said, this doesn't do anything good for our community. All it's going to cause people to do is be scared of trusting any creators. That's it. Rhonda says, when money involved, people lie. I guess so. Big Back says, everyone say hi to Dirt Next. Here right now with her little sister, Chantal. How's that weekend going, girl? Yeah, how's things going, girls? Things are great over here. Big Back, thank you for the support, hun. FFG might be a bigger chicken shit than Chantel. Probably. Sam says, can confirm she's bleeding subs. That's great and all. I don't know. I don't know what she should do going forward. I really don't know. Going forward, first order of business should be to do what's right with BBJ's ashes. Start there, and then we'll go from there. You don't need her ashes in your fucking nicotine, yellow stain scumbag of an apartment. They don't need to be there. And they don't need to go to Chantel neither, but y'all need to make right and do something with her ashes. Damn It Live says, am I tripping, or did FF Gun say that Amy Flowers is a cancer victim? Oh my God, I have no idea. So does this mean she's out here lying about cancer and such too? I can't answer that. That is for the people who watch Frenchie, because I have no idea. I can't answer that. But that's crazy if it's true. Oh, I see a lot of people in chat saying yes. Wild. She should log off forever. Damn It Live, thank you for being a member for 29 months. Well, it's a good thing you don't have like big bills. You spent all your money paying everybody else's bills and eating and smoking. Good for you. She Shits Herself says, I admit, I'm a recovering Gary watcher. Whenever I wanted to ask about BBJ, I would spend 5 minutes trying to word the question so it wouldn't piss her off. Dumb. That's crazy. You know what, though? I'm glad a lot of you can answer questions, because I don't know. I didn't watch Frenchie like that. So, like, just talking about Amy Flowers and saying she had cancer, I have no idea. But a lot of you can answer that. So I really do like that. I'm sorry you had to do that, hun. And I hope you don't ever feel that way over here. If I ever make you feel that way, just send me a fucking email, okay? Let me know. Like, I hurt your feelings or something. Like, I can be brutal sometimes, but, you know, I'm very down to earth, willing to listen type of person. And thank you for the super chat. Chantel in the messages didn't say she had MS and was bedbound and sick. Oh, I do remember that. Yes, I do. Okay. She's vicious.
I truly could. I'm not going to. I've said enough. Money is the root of.
And I feel like the worst I will do to you guys is kick you the fuck out and tell you to rebrand and come back. Rebrand and try again. Come on. I mean, if you get really nasty, I'll get really nasty back and I can read a motherfucker for filth, but I really don't try. Especially, I feel like I've calmed down since I've gotten older, you know? Do I sound like Chantel? Probably. Big Back says, #karma small portions. How's she gonna pay that food bill now? Guess no octopus for you, huh, big girl? Looks like you're gonna need to look into that water fast diet again. That ought to do you some good. Big Back, thank you for the support, hun.
Of all evil, and blood is not thicker than shit. All right? That's all I have to say. We're certainly not going to do any reacts tonight. I just wanted to show you BBJ after the accusations. Living her.
What I don't understand, but okay. You show BBJ a month after the accusation. Right. Okay. All right.
Best fucking life. Happy as a clown.
Oh, the chat stopped scrolling. Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Until the day she passed. Again, everybody, I am truly sorry that I didn't tell you when it happened. In the moment, the next day, whatever. I fucked up. If you can't, be cool with me anymore, like I said, I get it and I respect it. Everybody who can, we'll be back to regular business. Okay? Back to reacts.
Good luck with that. Good luck with getting back to regular business. Seriously. That's going to be awkward. That's going to be real awkward. I'm just saying. Aspen says FFG thought she was untouchable. She used her supporters to sick on other people who didn't agree with her or did something she didn't like. On Twitter, her supporters won't check her because BBJ was used as a shield for her be horrible. Yes, exactly. Her people over there, as the last time I still checked, were still doing the same shit. Supporting, giving an excuse. Oh, the cat had such a better life. Oh, we don't care how long the cat had been dead. Nothing matters to us. You're jealous. Like all the same shit. Like they're not willing to open their eyes to the truth of the matter because their hate for Chantel blinds them. Like two things can be true, just like Kristen was saying in chat. Two things can be true. Chantel can be a horrible person and so can Frenchie. But their hatred for Chantel will not allow them to see that BBJ was not put into a better situation. BBJ was stressed out being taken away from Chantel, number one, put into an environment, a high-stress environment with dogs, with smoke, with a loud woman. We've heard how loud she gets on stream. I don't know how anybody's considering that a better life. And with the person who out of her own mouth said that she doesn't like cats, that she can't stand the smell of litter. She can't stand the feeling of a cat brushing against her legs. I mean, it's not like we're making this up like she did to so many of us, like she did to Zach about his pet, like she did to me about my dog. We're not making this up. You said this shit out of your own mouth.
Back to, I don't know, we're going to cover up her food with something. We'll be back to it. All right? Guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. Thank you for hearing me out. I'll see you next time.
15 minutes exactly. Aspen, thank you so much for the support. 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Hold on just a second. Yeah, let's do it this weekend, babe. I'm starting to get wore down. So this weekend, I think Sam's going to go over a few things if she's feeling up to it. I know Charlie's putting together some stuff. We'll definitely be going over a lot of clips that I want to show. And man, like this is I'm not out here celebrating this shit whatsoever. I don't even really know how to feel about it. I'm still kind of shocked. And I know you guys are too. I'm not like, I was right and she's such a bad person and this is just so great. Like, no, all of this sucks. But boy, you had this shit coming. You really did. And you know what I'm really glad of is that it stopped here. Because what happened recently? Chantel got herself another cat. People are like, I want that cat. Save the cat. Save the cat, Frenchie. If you couldn't save Smokey, save Blanche. Go get Blanche. Save Blanche. And dude, I'm telling you, she wanted to repeat it. Whether it be with Smokey, whether it would be with Blanche, she wanted to do it again and again and again and again because it's the biggest payday that she's ever seen. And she will never have, not just payday. She will never be at the top of her YouTube game again the way she was off of the back of BBJ. I would really like to know how okay, we can, take suggestions, because I know that they're here and they're listening, whether it be Frenchie herself, whether it be Dell or one of her little minions. These are answers that the community would like to have, Frenchie. And this is not too much to ask. Buttercrumpet would like to know how BBJ died and when. I would assume old age would be my guess. And I would guess that she died probably around December. But yeah, we would like to have a date if that's not too much to ask, Aspen says the same people who you see up are the same people you'll see down. Exactly, Aspen. And thank you so much for the support, hun. Kidney failure. Charlie says, to be clear, I'm celebrating an evil, lying ass, fraud ass bitch tried to destroy multiple creators and got exposed. I can feel bad about BBJ and enjoy FFG getting some of what she deserves. No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. And that's not what I mean when I say I'm not celebrating. But you're right. I just need to remember it for what it is. And honestly, FFG was a fucking nuisance. She was a taker and not a giver. She was a manipulator. She didn't care about people. I mean, hell, she flat out told people, I don't fucking care about your trauma. Oh, your dad died? Too bad. Go cry somewhere else. I don't care. Don't trauma dump here. She flat out told you she didn't care about you, and you didn't care to hear that she didn't care about you. It didn't bother you. That's what's wild about it. Cindy says, so BBJ having to fend for herself from the pups is her living her best life. Hate is so strong, but female. You and Cutie can both freck off. I'm so pissed. I think everybody's going to walk away from this shit very upset. And they don't feel like that they got the answers they deserved. BBJ was the people's cat. That's the way that she presented it. It's the community cat. We all went into this with the agreement that this was the community cat, and we were happy for it. We were happy for Frenchie. We were happy for BBJ. We were happy for the community. The cat was saved from Chantel. What happened to that? Like, what happened to that? Where did things go wrong? She said BBJ was part of the familia. She sure did. And she was talking about her community. Girl world is crumbling. Chantel's skinny psychosis, you're not wrong. And dude, what the fuck was Chantel doing today? When I got that notification, she's doing a mukbang after everything that's happening with YouTube, my fucking jaw was on the floor. What? What? Why? Like, what? What? There'll be no bought husband, Chantel. Are you not understanding that? There'll be no souvenir. Like, what the fuck, bro? Her defiance is insane. She shits herself, says, no 20-year-old cat wants to spend their last years of life having to ward off young dogs. That Gary thinks that video is cute shows her cluelessness. Exactly. But even if like there are situations where cats and dogs get along, but like we have a cat. And she does not like our dogs. Like, we have to give her alone time. We have to put the dogs up so she can come out, you know? Oh my God. Give me just 2 seconds, please. Okay, sorry about that. So my kid's at a function, and I told him he had to leave at 9 because it's supposed to rain. I don't want him out in the dark driving in the rain, but it looks like the rain is passing. So he's like, can I stay early? Can I stay later? We're about to play cards. We're having so much fun. So I had to pull up the freaking weather app, check the radar to make sure that I'm going to green light him to stay a little bit later. So I allowed him to stay till 10 because the rain seems like it's not moving in until 12. So there you go. Okay, shit. Chris said she really did love Ollie, though. Sleepy Jean says, exactly, yeah, but she wanted to use it as a payday. I never liked her. She gives mean girl energy for someone who is a complete dirt neck. I don't understand how anyone would support her. She's always been gross as fuck. I mean, you're not wrong. You absolutely aren't wrong, Sleepy Jean. And thank you for the support, hun. Aspen says FFG built her cult on the death of her own pets. She got tons of super chats and then she pulled people in. That was the start. See, I missed all of that. Her animals passing away. Ain't she sweet? I see you. I really don't. I don't know anything about that. I just know that they both passed away at the same time, which is really unfortunate. That's all I know. I'm over the rain too. Aspen, thank you so much for the support. I'm sorry I got behind in chat again. There's a difference between talking shit and having fun. She got dark with it. I agree. Where did the so-called catio go? Okay, that's another question people would like to have answered, is where the catio went to. They want to know about the collar. So there are several questions, Frenchie, and I know you're here listening. Oh, look at him. He did the baby. I love Jackson. Everybody go snuggle your pets. Give them extra hugs, extra lovin's. Think of BBJ. You have some closure, right? Frenchie told you, you heard it out of the horse's mouth. The cat is gone. She's passed away. So for now, leave it at that. Go cherish your animals and say a little prayer for BBJ. And I do believe that you should give her some pressure on releasing the ashes. At least do that. Justice for all the octopuses eaten dead and paid by dead cat money. Holy shit. It's not funny, but damn, all you can do is laugh at that. Thank you all so much for being here. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I'm losing my voice. I don't know, man. I might be here tomorrow. I might need to think about this for another day. I don't know. We'll wait and see what happens. I love you guys so much. Please take it easy on yourself. Anytime you're talking about animals and death and things like that, I know you're going away with a heavy heart, but at least you know that now she's on the other side. Okay. No more arthritis. No more, just being an old BBJ. No more Chantel. No more Frenchie. Just think of it like that. Okay. Love you guys so much. I'll see you next time.